It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
We're starting to get some early answers on this year's big questions in the NBA season. And here to tell us what it all means are the experts. Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm just your host, Ernie Johnson.
No one's an expert.
Huh?
No one's an expert.
Well, you guys try. In this game, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets going up against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. Hey, we'll be keeping an eye on Andre Drummond tonight. 9th overall pick back in 2012 out of UConn. Shaq, he's still a very young big with a lot of room to grow.
He's an incredible offensive and defensive rebounder, Ernie. One of the hardest box-out assignments in the league since Dennis Rodman.
You know what, though? Last year he started taking some shots outside of the paint, which was surprising but good. Opened up his game a little bit, but he's best when he's finishing at the rim.
That'll wrap it up for now. Let's go courtside, and we'll see you later.
It's an all-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Pistons come into town for this one. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. And it's been home cooking for the Hornets in the midst of a homestand here in Charlotte. Well, it's been an improvement this year over last season. They made a lot of adjustments and happy to see that they translate into some tangible results.
And I think for Charlotte, they're in the mix for a playoff spot, which is definitely a positive. But I'm sure they'd like to have had their hands around that spot a little tighter than they do.
For sure. I mean, it's certainly not a sure thing at this point. They've got work to do yet.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. He's checked in for Jefferson. Jones comes in for Cody Zeller. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Captain Clutch in for Kemba Walker. And a different look here for the Pistons. Leonard, he's checked in for Drummond. Johnson comes in for Ilyasova. Marcus Morris is checked in for Johnson. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Jody Meeks. Here's Jennings. Frank Kaminsky making his last shot. Here's Jackson. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. 1:53 left to play in the first quarter.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here's Jennings. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Orlando. Inside, Leonard. That's good.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
There's 1:17 left in the first quarter. Chen passes it to Lin. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup. So I'd agree with you there, Greg.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
First one falls for him. And so he makes both from the line. Pistons trail by 7. Johnson the screen. Jennings kicks to Jackson. No good. And Charlotte will come the other way. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And then in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Morris outside to the wing on the left. Leonard sets a screen for Jennings. Johnson dishes to Jackson. 4 on the clock. Johnson the screen. Fires the 3. Jackson missing again. Hornets leading by 9. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Chen. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Johnson the screen. It's Jennings with the drive, and easy 2 points on the layup. Jennings has got 6.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
And I can't quit, all I know is HBK, yeah, you know how we and I can't quit, all I know is
And Amir Johnson re-signed in Toronto. He's been a big part of this team for years, and he talked about their great fan support in Toronto.
Almost like a soccer atmosphere. I don't know if you've been to a soccer game overseas, but they're just always cheering, rowdy, jumping up and down, waving towels. It's just a great atmosphere, you know, and it's inspirational just to watch the support we have, and it's something that you want to play for the country.
A lot of fans south of the border in the U.S. are surprised when they learn how passionate, Clark, the fans in
When they get it going at the Air Canada Center, that place rocks. And it's great to hear Amir talk about how that pumps him up and makes him want to do it for Canada.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Ilyasova out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Jody Meeks. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks made some nice plays. He ended with 7 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night.
Tries it from 19. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Captain Clutch has got his second basket. So for the Pistons, their last game a loss to the Magic.
Just not a disciplined performance defensively in that game, guys. A lot of silly fouls hurt them throughout.
I think lack of discipline is the right phrase, Greg. I mean, a lot of silly fouls, and they did that even when they were in foul trouble.
To check out Freakin. How last month turned out for him: 2nd in free throw percentage, 10th in steals, and he ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And you never see him get nervous when he steps to the line. Smooth as a baby's bottom and as cool as a nice fall night.
Charlotte making a switch here. Kid Gilchrist is checked in. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Chen passes to Zeller. From the stripe. Shot's good from Chen. Captain Clutch has got 4 points this quarter.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick-fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim. There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now.
Now, here's Walker. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Charlotte?
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
And so Walker nails both of them. Pistons trail by 8. Here's Jackson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
Now here's Walker. Dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Softly drops in the floater. Kid Gilchrist has got 10.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
And Meeks kicks to Ilyasova. Fast break now for Charlotte. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And now a 12-point Hornets lead.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Drummond a screen. Outside Jackson. To the left side wing. Johnson up top. 6 on the shot clock. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. And it's blocked. They retain possession. Ilyasova hits the bucket.
Shooting much better here in the second quarter.
Yes, very, very impressed with how much more alive they look here to get back in.
Walker the pass to Chen. Second chance shot. In deep. Zeller drops it in. Zeller's got the lead up to 12 now for the Hornets. The Pistons have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
Well, traditionally, many of the great free throw shooters have come from the point guard ranks. Here are the ones leading the league this year. And you look at Jackson, deadly on the stripes, someone you do not want to foul.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome's going to be. So it sort of prevents the D from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
Yeah, because of their shooting ability, they get a little more space than the average point guard. Maybe they'll miss a shot from the floor, but if you send them to the line, those points are almost guaranteed.
Now, here is Morris. Looking for his first basket still in this one. It's Jackson with the drive. Can't capitalize on the good screen.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Jennings dishes to Jackson. Johnson with a screen on Lynn. Johnson sets the screen for Jackson. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, it's hard to believe that we're at this point in the game, and he still hasn't registered a single point.
Ball stolen. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Chen, and there's another one for the Hornets.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Here's Jackson following the basket by Freak. Clock at 6. There's Jennings with the three. The Hornets pull it in.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
And Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
So it's Detroit now. After the basket by Charlotte, about 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Looking to end the run, and it's Johnson. That time on the assist from Brandon Jennings.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Here's Chen, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Captain Clutch has got 12 in the game. It's stolen. Good if it goes, and no good trying to get that one. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's Charlotte. They lead by 18. We've got more in store for you right after this.
All right, listen up. Terrific job so far. The fans are into this game, and we're going to keep them there. Obviously, we've shot the lights out, and that's not been by accident. You guys have done a heck of a job finding good looks every time down. Keep working hard to get those high percentage shots. On the fast break is where we showed the most signs of life. When we pushed it, we were able to catch them on their heels a few times. And when it comes to the speed of the game, I'd love to see it being played at a walk. Not a sprint, if you get my drift. Let's not hurry things. I don't care what the score is. We can't afford to coast. We have to play just as good after the half as we did before it.
All right, Charlotte, now entering the court. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You know, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist has been exceptional here, guys.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Kaminsky is checked in for Jefferson. Terrence Jones comes in for Cody Zeller. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Captain Clutch in for Jeremy Lin. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Pachulia, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Johnson comes in for Ilyasova. Morris is checked in for Johnson. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Jody Meeks. Chen, he's in at shooting guard. Jones is out there with Kaminsky. Then there's Batum, and it's Walker in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Detroit, no good that time either.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
52 seconds left to play in the third. To the middle, it's deflected. Trying to find Jones, he gets it to him. Charlotte has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Shot clock at 3. Here's Chen. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Now here's Jones. The rebound by Johnson.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Now here's Jennings. He's got 8. Johnson the screen. From deep. Offline. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's Charlotte running away with this one. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. The Hornets shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Pachulia is out there with Myers Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Dudley in at the 2 guard. Passes it to Chen. Shot off the screen. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Captain Clutch has got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Hornets. Dinwiddie kicks to Morris. Over to the wing. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Chen. Just 5 to shoot. Detroit needs to get off a shot here. Kept alive. Here's Pachulia. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Jeremy Lin, so no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They poured it on tonight, Clark, a dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
You know what, Ernie? I must admit it. I didn't see this kind of performance coming from him tonight. He's been coming off a stretch of game where he just looked lost out there. To see him turn around this quickly, it's a nice surprise. Play after play, he was getting after it, making plays, and making it look easy.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
Are you getting the ball as much as you'd like out there?
That kind of thing doesn't matter to me. As long as we're winning games, I don't care how much I have the ball in my hands. I really don't. The team comes first. You know that.
How's your relationship with the coaching staff? Are the rumors of friction accurate?
Friction? Look, there's no friction here. I don't know where you're getting your information, but I've got a great relationship with the coaching staff here. A lot of respect for Coach, too. Anything else you think you're hearing is 100% false.
How is your relationship with the fans?
Oh, I love the fans. I mean, they're everything to me. Hearing them cheering, chanting my name, even holding up cutouts of my head sometimes. I mean, it's an unbelievable feeling. This team goes out there every night trying to win games for them. Trying to bring a championship back home for them. They feed what we do each and every game. And that's why I try to get out there and give back. Spend time with them when I can. Show my appreciation. I love the fans, man. I love them.